Holy Saturday is the most unsettling day in the Christian story. Yesterday, we stood at the cross. Tomorrow, we will celebrate resurrection. But today, we stand in between. In between death and life. In between despair and hope. In between what we have lost and what God has not yet revealed. Holy Saturday is the day of waiting, the day of watching, the day of listening. The disciples did not know what tomorrow would bring. Their teacher had been crucified. Their hopes seemed buried in a tomb sealed with a stone. And in that moment, everything they believed about the future felt destroyed. And perhaps that question is not only theirs, it is ours. Because look at the world around us. War devastates nations. Families are displaced and separated. Immigrants live with fear and uncertainty. Communities feel divided. Democracy itself seems fragile. The world feels dangerously uncertain. And so the question rises in our hearts. When your world falls apart, what do you do? When the future feels fragile, when hope seems buried, when the silence of God feels louder than the noise of the world. How do we live through this uncertainty as Christians? Holy Saturday gives us the answer. We wait. But Christian waiting is not passive. It is not resignation. It is not despair. Christian waiting is faith stretched across time. On Holy Saturday, heaven seemed silent. The tomb was sealed. The disciples could not yet see resurrection. But what they did not know was this. Even in the silence, God was still working. Behind the stone, in the hidden places of the earth, God was already preparing the greatest victory in history. And this is the promise of Holy Saturday. God's promise remains even when we cannot see it, even when the night feels long, even when the world feels unstable, even when history seems to move through darkness. Because the God revealed in Jesus Christ is the God who brings life out of death, hope out of despair, and resurrection out of the tomb. So what do we do when the world falls apart? We wait. But we wait with our eyes open. We wait with our hearts awake. We wait with our ears listening from the movement of God. Because faith means believing that even when everything looks finished, God is not finished. Holy Saturday teaches us that God often does his deepest work in the places where we see nothing, in silence, in uncertainty, in waiting. And if today feels like Holy Saturday in your life or in our world, remember this truth. The stone is not the end of the story. The silence is not the final word, because the God who seemed hidden in the tomb is the same God who will soon shake the earth, roll away the stone, and reveal life where the world expected only death. So we wait, and we watch, and we listen, because resurrection is closer than we think.